Hello, we meet again on Chapter 8, Form 4, KSSM, Respiratory System in Humans and Animals. The content standard for today's lesson is on 8.3, Gases Exchange in Humans. The learning standard is on 8.3.1, Communicate about external and internal respiration, that is on gases exchange between lungs and blood, transport of respiratory gases from lung to tissues, gases exchange between blood and tissues, and transport of respiratory gases from tissues to lungs. The diffusion of gas depends on the difference between the partial pressure of the two areas. The gas will diffuse from the area where the partial pressure is high to an area where the partial pressure is low, what we call as down a partial pressure gradient. Look at this example. In this picture, you can see the area of lung capillaries and the other side is the area of an alveolus. So if you look at the carbon dioxide movement, carbon dioxide will diffuse from the area of lung capillary into the area of alveolus. Why? Because the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the lung capillaries is high, whereas the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the alveolus is low. That is why carbon dioxide diffuses from lung capillaries into the alveolus. Now, we look at the gases exchange and the transport of respiratory gases in humans. So we start in the lung. So in the lung, the blood that enters the lung capillary contains a higher partial pressure of carbon dioxide compared to the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the alveolus. That is why carbon dioxide diffuses out from the lung capillary into the alveolus. This one I have explained in the slide before. So when carbon dioxide enters the alveolus, it will then be expelled into the atmosphere through our nose and mouth. For the oxygen, it will be the opposite. The partial pressure of the oxygen in the alveolus is higher than the lung capillary. That is why oxygen diffuses from alveolus into the lung capillary. Oxygen then combines with hemoglobin. Where can we find the hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is inside our erythrocyte, that is our red blood cell. So oxygen combines with hemoglobin in the erythrocyte to form what we call as oxyhemoglobin. So now, the blood that leaves the lung, through pulmonary vein. So the blood that leaves the lung through pulmonary vein now has a high partial pressure of oxygen and low partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Now, the blood just now that follow pulmonary vein will eventually reaches the tissue. Okay, along the way, it will reaches the tissue. Okay, so when the blood reaches the tissue, that is through tissue capillaries, the partial pressure of oxygen just now in the blood is higher compared to the body cells or body tissue. Why? Because cellular respiration uses oxygen. So, less oxygen in the cells or in the tissues. So, oxyhemoglobin just now will break down and oxygen will diffuse from the tissue capillary to the body cells. Okay, you can see here oxygen diffuse from this side is tissue capillary diffuse into the body cells. For carbon dioxide, it will be the opposite because cellular respiration release carbon dioxide. That is why in the body cell, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is higher as compared to the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the tissue capillary. Then, the carbon dioxide will diffuse from the body cell into the tissue capillary. The blood just now will go back to the lung through pulmonary artery. So pulmonary artery has a low partial pressure of oxygen and high partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So the cycle will repeat again. Carbon dioxide is transported in the blood through 3 ways. The first one, 70% of the carbon dioxide is carried in the form of bicarbonate ion. Second method, 23% of carbon dioxide combine with hemoglobin to form carbaminohemoglobin. The third method, 7% of carbon dioxide dissolved and carried as carbonic acid. Now we look at how carbon dioxide is transported from the body cells to the tissue capillaries. So carbon dioxide just now is released by the body cells through cellular respiration, will bind with water in the erythrocyte to form carbonic acid. There is an enzyme that is carbonic anhydrase enzyme in the erythrocyte will catalyze this reaction. Carbonic acid then will break down into bicarbonate ion and hydrogen ion. The bicarbonate ion will diffuse into the blood plasma and is transported to the lung. Now we look at how carbon dioxide is then transported from the lung capillaries to alveolus. So just now the bicarbonate ion is in the blood plasma. So when the bicarbonate ion in the blood plasma reach the lung capillaries, it will then diffuse back into the erythrocyte. So inside the erythrocyte, the bicarbonate ion will combine again with hydrogen ion to form back carbonic acid. Carbonic acid then break down into carbon dioxide and water. So this carbon dioxide will diffuse through the lung capillaries into the alveolus because the difference in the partial pressure just now. Then carbon dioxide is expelled through exhalation. We have come to the end of this subtopic. If you want to take the quiz on this topic, you can find the link down there in the More Info section. See you next time. Bye-bye.